good.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Soldiers of the Lich Queen. I'm Sam, your DM, and these are our lovely cast members. Why am I talking like this? Who knows? Let's get started with, does Justin have any channel announcements? He's got a Kool-Aid jammer, we know that. As
Um,
constant as the sun.
mm-hmm. Um, Podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean. Just look up Mimics and Monstrosities. Um, I have a new microphone. That's an announcement. Um, New computer tomorrow, so hopefully that stops all the issues. Um, Also, fun stuff happening soon. Wednesdays, our 7 o'clock gaming is being moved up to 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and we're starting our Wild Mount campaign this Wednesday. So if you like Critical Role and you miss Critical Role, you could at least come see people play in the setting. So that's 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesdays that'll be happening. And then Sundays at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time after we finish Descent into Avernus, we're going to be doing Digimon using the Fate Accelerated system. So,
I'm so excited.
oh yeah, it's going to be great. Um, I'm excited.
As soon as Justin told me that was going to be happening, I was like, Kirkland is going to be so enthused.
I have a brand.
And it's Digimon.
Yeah. Did I recently rewatch the Digimon movie because we started talking about Digimon? Yes. Did I cry while rewatching the Digimon movie? Yes.
Oh
Fantastic.
man, I'm Greymon now. So we'll be doing that on Sundays, and it's going to be so fun. And that's it.
All right. Well then, shall we get into the recap?
Please God, yes.
All right. I've read the first two lines of this. I was on the phone with my mom for Mother's Day, so this is gonna be a cold read. So apologies if I stumble more than usual. Get some water. All right. Hello and welcome back to Soldiers of the Witch Queen. Why? Last episode, Sid the Tank Wayfarer kicked off initiative by shimmying his way up to the saw arm man, getting all up in Ilvum's business and giving him a little smickety smack with his spear. After some tight triangulation math, Drew, the Tank last name, slapped her bear spirit totem down on Ilvum and Sid and then turned into a fucktastically chompy wolf. After Mr. Saw Arm Man tried and failed to vibe check Sid, Ilvum the Skinny Legend yeeted his ass into the river and climbed into the Colossus. Sid followed, and Drew made like a one-man army on the bridge, tearing on into the invading raiders like my dad tears into the mashed potatoes on Turkey Day. The raiders then shot at Drew with their janky-ass zip guns, lull one misfired and fucking died. Meanwhile, Sid and Ilvum entered the torso of the Colossus and proceeded to 1v1v1v1v1 the raiders inside, and the naughty boys opened up some barn door-looking motherfuckers and rained some fire down on Pyre. That rhymed. Yay. For the city of Pyre has entered the chat. Drew watched as a Silver Flame monk clotheslined some raiders before literally walking on water to the Colossus, and Drew became so inspired that she fell unfucking conscious. Unaware of their felled siblings, Sid, Mom Arm Wayfarer, absolutely bodied two of the raiders while Ilvum dealt out some sweet-ass hexies and swordburst B-apps. On a nearby rooftop, a Silver Flame cleric and university wizard booped into the fight and got the party back on their feet with a mass heal. Sid proceeded to body two more raiders, while the Silver Flame monk friend sucker punched the Colossus in the face. That bitch be burning key like a furnace. Ilvum, Rapier and Chill last name, decided they'd had enough of this naughty boy bullshit and climbed up to the heart of the Colossus, upgrading to two Warforged Guardians in an unsexy way. But wait, you cry. What about the swollest Jesus, Hannah Reedus? What? After proclaiming the Colossus to be a hunk of junk, Hannah the Tank took to the shore and Bat McSlap the fuck out of the raiders he found there, like Ben Solo in The Rise of Skywalker, effectively taking the heat off the city guards. Alexa, play I Need a Hero by Bonnie Tyler, but the Shrek 2 version. Meanwhile, University Wizard Daddy wrapped that Colossus in chains, and the Colossus seemed to be into it because that bitch wasn't moving. Drew picked up right where she left off, corpsing raiders in a fursuit, and Sick Nasty Sid sick nasty incapacitated the last torso raider before joining Ilvum, the best Digimon last name, at the Colossus' heart. Enter the Gith bodyguard and the party's new boyfriend. The gift bodyguard from Galden charged the Colossus and started fucking up its Achilles tendon, while the party's new boyfriend Karis teamed up with Hannibal to take down the raiders after Wolf AU drew, or after go. Bleh, down the raiders going after Wolf AU drew. There we go. Inside the Colossus, Sid, I'm here now, Wayfarer, McStabbed the Warforged to death while Ilvem vibe checked the Colossus's heart. Spoiler alert, the Colossus is not a vibe. Mother Nature has entered the chat. Wind and rain started pelting the Colossus, evidently caused by Karis' sister, and Drew Uwu Me Angi, last name, turned back into a people. After a few rounds of Hannabuff dodging bullets like he in the Matrix and Drew thunderblasting Naughty Boys, the Colossus exploded and Ilvim and Sid jumped tits out into the river while firemen carrying an incapacitated raider. Alexa play We Are the Champions. Because we lived! We lived, bitch! And we leveled! With the Colossus down, the rest of the raiders surrendered and the city guards began making arrests as Ilvim and Sid swam to shore. Cleric Mom and Wizard Daddy bounced without so much as a hello, and Sid handed the incapacitated raider over to the guard before the disaster siblings regrouped, introducing themselves to Kara Stormlord, who is bodyguard and brother to his sister, the Stormlord of Galden. In true disaster sibling fashion, they invited him to party with them at the Onyx Cat, but he ultimately declined because he is a responsible boy. However, not all was lost, as the party was introduced to the gift bodyguard, Dahira, and after making sure nobody was there to kill or rat anybody else out, they were invited to stop by the Galden Embassy if they had any Gith-related questions. Speaking of invitations, Sid asked the Silver Flame monk friend Shahila to beat him up sometime, which in the monk world, which is monk for please be my friend. And she said yes, boy howdy, we moving up in the world. With the Colossus destroyed and friends made, the disaster siblings made their way up to the Onyx Cat, where they lazed around for the rest of the day, drank pomegranate juice, and Ilvim chatted with their guardian angel. After learning that the guardian angel serves Cord, god of contest and competition, Ilvim learned that the angel was looking into a ritual for Cord that would make Ilvim stronger for a cost. Alexa, play IDK some spooky foreboding shit, and cue the party episode. Let's play some D&D. Whew, it's harder to do when I haven't read it before.
You did
That
so
was
good.
A whole ride.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I really hope that like people in the audience just show up like halfway through that and are just like, what happened last week? What?
That's
That
generally
is also my hope.
based on what the viewer count was doing during that. It looks like it.
Just like, never mind.
Sick nasty what?
Sick nasty what?
All right.
Sue, what?
So, party boyfriend, what? So, y'all hung out for the day. You just had a nice, relaxing, easy day, chilling in your suite in the Onyx Cat, hanging out, chilling out, relaxing, maxing, relaxing, all cool. That was all in the wrong order.
Yeah.
Anyway, you spent the day getting a long rest in, doing various things, mostly chilling in your rooms. Sid hung out in Ilvem's room and helped them rhyme. And then you were all about to head back downstairs for Ilvem's performance that they signed up for, and also just to hang out and enjoy the nightlife. So that is what we're starting with. It is dark out. You've all just finished a daytime long rest, and it is about time to start the night. Also, you're all level 5 now.
Huzzah.
Huzzah!
So yeah, as soon as we get like down to the bar area, Hannibal's gonna just take a seat and start ritually casting Identify on that ring he has.
Which ring?
The one that prevented me from dying when I fell.
Oh, the meteor ring.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, is there anything anybody wanted to do upstairs before you headed down, or are you all good just heading downstairs?
I'm just gonna look my best.
Okay.
I always do, but same.
Same.
Also, that reminds me. We all remember back to the moment when Sid came downstairs, like got all fancied up, and then came downstairs when Buriadin and the ambassador were down there, and he was like trying to be all cool and look good. I was listening to Attention by Todrick Hall. I'm like, this is how would I imagine Sid wanted to happen.
But it's
Can I have
oh
it?
my god, that's
I
so
do. I kick
perfect.
It too, but
That's so perfect. Thank you for that. Thank you for that image.
Yep. I'm just imagining like Sid getting
wait.
dressed and like mentally just like this is the like that's just what's playing out in his head. Like yeah, this is what's gonna happen, and then no. Anyway, all right. Y'all head downstairs to the bar, theater, enjoyment area. Hannibal goes to a table and immediately just starts like setting up ritual components and casting a spell.
Mm-hmm.
We love that.
What's everybody else doing? You do not. After a cursory glance of the room, the room is missing. It has a ambassador count of 0.
Sick.
As far as you know, you don't know if any of these other people are ambassadors to
Oh,
other
excuse me.
places, but as far as ambassadors you recognize, goose egg.
Sick. Love that. I'm going to sit down next to Hannibal and chill.
Okay.
Just vibe.
Same.
Okay.
Just
Y'all just hanging
vibing.
out, waiting for Ilvem's performance spot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hannibal, you get through your 10-minute casting of Identify, and you cast it on the ring, and big old magic question mark. You remember, you actually then after you finish, you can remember that Master Varro said that the reason that he wanted you to test out the ring is because it defied identification magic.
Dang.
And you probably think like if it was simple enough that Identify would do it, he probably wouldn't need you acting as like a Triton guinea pig.
Okay. Cool.
So far what you know is that it prevents falling damage and causes a sick nasty explosion on impact.
All right. So I'll stop doing that and take out my alchemy jug and just start drinking that salt water that I made.
It tastes like home, which is weird because you've never lived underwater before, but it tastes like home. It tastes right. It's like it's almost like this is what the air should taste like. But it doesn't.
So I just
Because
big ol'
that'd be
alchemy
awesome.
jug, just glug glug glug.
like 2 gallons. How much seawater do you have in there?
Boom. Seawater. 12 gallons.
Okay, so it keeps going. It just keeps on going. You're getting very full of water. At some point, while Hannibal is just downing seawater, Quinn roars into Quinn like, "Hey, well, I see he's covered, but anybody else want something to drink?"
Just a nice glass of
fine.
wine would do.
All right, I'll go get that.
Thank you.
And yeah, he walks away and comes back a little while later with your glasses of wine.
Yay.
I'm gonna assume that you went for the lower, not like the super fancy glass of wine.
No, we're going for like garbage, like
Garbage wine.
just the one glass of wine, garbage wine.
Okay, yeah. And then he's like, "All right, for the two glasses, that'll be 2 silver, please."
It's just the one glass.
Oh, I thought Drew got some too.
Oh, Drew got some too?
No, I said I'm fine. I said
Okay.
I'm
I
fine.
thought you said also wine. Okay, so just the
Okay.
one. All right, that'll be a silver piece, please.
Sick. Thank you, Quinroar.
Oh, happy to help. Let me know if you need anything else.
Will do.
Don't worry, I'm not drinking alcohol. This is just salt water.
All right. If y'all get hungry and you want any food, let me know. I'll put in the order at the kitchen.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, fun fact, siblings. With this alchemy jug, if we are traveling and you all want to get drunk, I can make beer in it and wine in it. I can make 4 gallons of beer or 1 gallon of wine.
That is the best thing you have ever said to me.
Or 2
If you-
gallons of mayonnaise.
Or 2 gallons of something called mayonnaise.
Oh, I love men.
Mayonnaise.
Oh, I misheard. Sorry.
It's a. I believe it. No, never mind.
Oh. Oh.
This is, a
When
fam-
Justin decides to cut himself off, that's when you know it's about to get bad.
this is a family show, everybody. No, it isn't.
Yeah, so I could make acid. Oh, I could make acid. Poison, beer, honey, mayonnaise, oil, vinegar, fresh water, salt water, and wine.
Nice, fine.
Wine, you know, what you're drinking.
Drusilla misses vines from her forest, you know.
Yeah.
She spent about she would routinely she would go by. She would spend about 6 seconds with each one.
Yeah.
I'm just saying we're at our best today.
Yeah, we are.
All right.
That's super useful, Hannibal.
Thank you.
I will also have casted enhance ability for my performance check later.
Okay. For I'm guessing charisma.
Yes.
All right. So you feel especially charismatic at this point. Your halo is glowing a little bit brighter.
I got like that like anime twinkle in my eye.
Yep. Yep.
People just love me more.
Mm-hmm.
I can't blame them.
Whenever someone looks at you, everything else fades away, and they just get like this kind of gradient pink background behind you with sparkles.
Yeah. It's true and it should be said.
All right. So the night goes on, fairly routinely. You've spent quite a few nights here at the Onyx Cat, and hanging out in the performance hall. So you start to see some familiar faces perform as like some of those performances come in and out. At this point in the night, they're a little more scattered. It's not just like solid performances all the way through. But like one person comes up and performs, and then like some applause. Then like the band upstairs picks back up again, and there's a little bit more time of people hanging out and chatting and talking. And then another performance goes up. At one point, you get with all the performances, you hear there's like a really good. Of course, there's a lute player because everyone plays the lute.
Yes.
You got just a nice lute player. Next one you see is a full-on choral quartet of 4 people singing together. It's not really words; it's more just like harmonizing vocals, just like kind of interweaving and back and forth in between each other. Makes it really. It sounds really nice, and it's really easy to. It's really nice. Like other people are kind of getting their meals at this point, so it's one of those ones where you don't have to pay like full attention. So it's really good for just like, music while you eat. Next one that comes up is just this dragonborn with a drum that just busts out in a just like full-on 5-minute drum solo. That like, you're pretty sure if lizards could sweat, this guy would be sweating bullets after that athletic performance. Just hammering out this drum beat.
Love it.
Like
Love it.
we're a little tired just watching it.
Yeah. Like he kicks the stool over and stands up and just like goes to town.
Hell yeah.
There is next up. So Ilvem is coming up pretty soon. The one before Ilvem is a spoken word piece. However, it is entirely in Goblin, so it's very like it's an interesting choice. Everyone in the room is just kind of like looking around at each other, and they're like, I mean, the rhymes sound. I didn't know you could rhyme in Goblin. That's cool. But okay. You see some people that look like they're off-duty temple guards, so hobgoblins, who are like sitting there nodding appreciatively. I don't know, does anyone in the party speak Goblin?
Nope.
No, but I'm gonna do this anyway.
Okay. So yeah, it's just absolute no idea what they're talking about. But it seems like the people who speak Goblin in the room are like, yeah, okay, yeah, I like that. That was good. And then Ilvem is up.
Great. Now, I had originally planned on writing something for this.
Okay.
But then I spent a lot of my week genuinely much more intoxicated than I meant to be. So I don't have anything prepared.
That's okay.
But the general theme of my performance is just a retelling of the Colossus fight that like really amps up my siblings and how like important they were to the fight. It kind of like removes Ilvem from the fight entirely.
Okay. All right. Roll me that check with advantage.
Okay. 18.
All right. So Ilvem goes up there. Is this what? Real quick, what kind of song are we talking here? Like, what style?
Okay. Do you know that one song? I want to say it's by Sarah Bareilles. It's like, "This is my fight song."
Oh.
Yeah.
It's
Latin.
it's very that.
Okay. So it's kind of like it's lyrical, but it has like that punchy rhythmicism to it. So it's not quite a ballad, but it's not quite like a jig. It's somewhere in between. So like, there's a steady beat. It's hard to dance to, but it's definitely attention getting.
Yes.
To make Ilvem's performance look even more Amazing.
Oh no.
Is there any way I could do my fog cloud to make it look like there's like a fog machine blowing out on stage?
Go ahead and make me an Arcana check.
Because I just have to see it to
Please
do
do
it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nat 20. Come on, baby.
Please, come on, please.
7.
What did you do?
What'd you get?
Just did.
7.
Okay, so Dustin, you're like basically you're trying to release a fog cloud, but you're trying to release it like small scale. You're trying to like reduce it because you don't want to like full on fog cloud because that completely obscures vision.
Yeah.
You're just trying to get like a nice light fog effect across the bottom of the stage.
Yep.
It starts with that, but then you start to like lose it. You basically what happens is you get that layer across the bottom of the stage, but you keep it going, like you keep producing the fog. The problem is the fog on the stage isn't fading, so it just keeps building and building and building, and like it's not completely as dense as it normally is, but it's still just a little hazy in there and kind of just like filling the front half of the room, and everyone's like, what is happening? What's going on? And like Ilvem is pretty much just like a bright mote of light at this point from their halo on stage, but you can still it does absolutely nothing to impact the sound, so you can still hear the sound as the fog fills the front half of the room.
Hey, but that's actually cool.
Yeah, that's actually pretty sick
Yeah.
though.
That's
Yeah, you notice, and because it's a storytelling song, like you notice that people are like kind of having to just like stare off into the fog and visualize all this.
This
Like,
also like really helps with the whole erasing Ilvum thing.
oh yeah, literally just visually erased Ilvum. All right. So, and then eventually Ilvum's performance ends, and yeah, thunderous applause from this. Especially
Standing
you can,
ovation.
you can hear people muttering, just like, I heard about that. No, what? What are you talking about? No, that happened. When did that happen? It happened today. Really? Where? And like, you know, as like that kind of chatter starts spreading throughout the room, as some people just hadn't heard about it because it's a big city.
I don't drop fog cloud concentration.
Okay.
who is gonna stand up and do the finger in the mouth whistle? Like,
Yes.
just a piercing whistle.
Whistle just pierces through the fog.
I
And Ilvum, you can't see your audience, but you can hear their cheers and applause.
I high five my own mage hand.
All right. Okay, and then Ilvum, you can see like people start with just big fans that are probably like big feathery fans that are you've seen used for a dance performance at some point. Just some of the waiters come on stage and start trying to like fan the fog away.
As soon as they like get up with the fans before they even get to the fog, I'll dispel it. So they get up for no reason. Just
okay, so there's a bunch of waiters get up there. There's got like these pink feathery fans. There's like, and then they just turn and go back down stage. And then you can see some stagehands like wheeling piano or harpsichord up onto stage, like 3 of them working together to like get it up from the backstage area for a performance that's coming up.
Cool.
Yeah.
I will go and sit down now, looking very pleased with myself.
You did so good.
that was so good. How did you make the fog?
Thank you for the flog, Hannibal. And by flog, I mean
The
fog.
flog?
specifically.
Oh!
I really fumbled that one.
It's alright. I don't know what flog means, so
I'm very eloquent. I said fog IRL.
Anyway, so some time goes by. They're all sitting at the table. Quinroar comes over. And he says, "Great performance there. A couple of people have asked if they can buy your table drinks."
Oh yeah, we would love drinks, except mostly just pomegranate juice, please.
All right. Anybody else? You got a couple of rounds on the way already.
do you have gravy?
Okay.
Yeah, we got gravy.
Thank you.
All right.
I'd love some wine.
All right. He looks at Drew.
Just gonna point at Ilvum. Yeah, same.
All right. Yeah, he goes back, and you can see several people, like, as he brings up a tray of glass of pomegranate juice, or 2 glasses of pomegranate juice, a glass of wine, and then, like, there's an empty cup, and then, like, a gravy boat. Like, he wasn't quite sure what you wanted it for. He was ordering it with the drinks, so he's like, I don't. So he just brought both options for you. So it's like a full gravy boat, steaming gravy, and then just a cup.
Thank
All right,
you.
there you go. And then you can see and he points over to a table, and you can see well dressed, very well dressed, wealthy looking woman sitting with a table full of people that like leans over and just kind of like waves to you as you all get the drinks.
I'll do like the
Wait, back.
the lift up the glass in acknowledgement thing that I've seen
Same.
happen in movies.
Okay.
I'll just pour gravy in my cup and wave with mage hand.
She's like smiles at Ilvem, and then sees Hannibal just pouring just brown steaming gravy into a cup, and then just a like glittery spectral hand appears and waves, and she's like, doesn't know what to do with that, and just goes back to her table.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. So some time passes, the night progresses. That harpsichord piece is very well done. It's actually a pair of gnomes who both like sit on the bench so they can, and then they get to so they can do the whole keyboard, and then do a 4-hand harpsichord piece up and down the keyboard. And actually, it is a very. It's actually Ilvem. You recognize a very popular children's song. Describing just like kind of just like a children's song about woodland creatures, just like rabbits and moles and birds and deer and that kind of thing, which is a very simplistic piece. That's an interesting choice for this setting. But as the song begins, you actually notice that they use illusion magic to create like the scene normally described in the lyrics of the song, like up above the harpsichord, like little woodland creatures, and like the scene described by the story song, like playing out, just like hovering a couple feet off the top of the harpsichord above their heads.
Oh, I love this song.
And like, yeah, it just gets like brings up the cheer of the room, and people see a lot of smiles around. Is like, it's a very old song, so a lot of people probably recognize it from their childhood.
Yeah, it's very interesting. What is this gravy boat made of?
Probably porcelain.
Damn it. Okay.
What did you want it to be made of?
I was gonna try to change its substance.
Oh. All right. Well, the song ends, and they turn around and bow on the stage, and like illusions of all the woodland creatures that showed up in the song like appear above them in a line, and like all of them bow together with the performers.
Ah, that's so good. Yes.
And they get off the stage. And yeah, time goes on. It starts to get late, but y'all are pretty like energized. You had a full day of rest already, and after the Colossus and everything, like you're feeling pretty like you're not necessarily getting tired when you normally would. So the place starts to clear out and starts to empty. But you're all still feeling pretty awake.
Hey, should we go burn down the embassy?
Yes.
I
Yes.
think no.
Yes.
You're right. I
No.
think I was just a little amped from the Colossus fight.
But hear me out. What if we got like a nice bottle of wine and went over to the Galden embassy?
And burned it down.
Oh, see, I thought you
No.
were gonna say get a nice bottle of wine to send to what's his face, but like put something in it, and then
Poison.
something not poison.
Oh,
I know quite a few poisons we could put in.
I could make poison
But-
in this jug. An acid.
But instead of that, we could put in laxatives. And that way, when he goes to have like a special ambassador meeting, he could be like, "Oop, I just pooped myself."
But
Be
then,
pretty embarrassing. Character assassination and the like,
and then it could also be legitimate assassination if it's poison.
Poison.
I feel like they have a system in place to check to see if there's anything in mysterious bottles of wine that show up.
I mean, probably like poison, but I've never once heard of a detect laxative spell.
I was sitting here trying to figure out, I'm like, would laxatives show up with detect poison? Is that a thing that would happen?
It's technically a medicine. It's the opposite of poison.
What if?
Technically, I think aren't all medicines in excess then
Yeah,
poison?
yeah.
Like, isn't that how that works?
What if?
A lot of medicines come from poison.
What?
Also that.
What if I take the stone giant toenails I have and we put that in the bottle of wine? They grind them up real fine so they're a powder and they dissolve.
Didn't you say something about the toenails providing like strength or something if you could figure it out?
Oh yeah, yes, correct.
What if we just like make him super buff?
But then,
Seems like not a great call.
but no, yeah, no.
Accidentally make a potion of stone giant strength and give it to him.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
no, we just
super
made him buff.
And it's like, all right, Sid, round 2.
No, the stone giant strength will be for me.
Okay, these are all fantastic ideas, but hear me out. Maybe let's put the destroying Adherion like
What a stupid
plan
name.
on but let's go ahead and put that on the back burner for now. Let's
Okay.
grab a nice bottle of wine, head over to the Golden Embassy. Karis couldn't come party with us, let's bring the party to him.
That could be fun.
Just show up, just like, hey, thank you for assisting us in the battle. Here's a nice bottle of wine.
Do you think?
Karis seems the type to like not expensive bottles of wine though.
Yeah.
You know?
But his sister,
Like the man looks like he could have a good time on a Four Loko for sure.
definitely. But I feel like if we want to impress, we should bring a nice bottle of wine.
And then maybe after we could finally leave the city for once and do stuff outside of it.
Like what? What can we do outside of the city? I don't want to just sit in the wilderness for no reason. Like going to deal with the bandits was fine because we were doing something, but like
I mean, we could go to that one place with the pies.
I don't know. Master Vara wants me to test out this ring and do other things for him, and I can't exactly do those if we're in the city all the time.
did you want to check out that country with the schools of magic? Maybe we go visit those. That could be interesting.
That's very interesting, and I very much want to go there.
I could be down for that. I do have to talk to Marlos first though, before we leave the city. So just let me know when we're ready to leave.
Yeah, I'd like to at least tomorrow double check or check in with the guard or someone from the Silver Flame and see how everything's going with
Oh, I should
hopefully
see.
interrogation, just because I don't know about you guys, but I'm curious what the heck was going on with that Colossus, where it came from and why.
I should see if they need any help with the interrogation.
Yes. I could have fun interrogating.
I feel like you'd be a little bit too good at that.
Yes, I need more toenails.
Oh my god. Well, what do you say about getting a bottle of wine and go and bring the party to Karis?
I'm very pro it.
Any nays?
Sure.
Hannibal, thoughts?
What? I don't know. Sure.
Okay, cool.
Should we swing by the Silver Flame first, though? To see if they do need help interrogating?
I feel like it's late. They're probably doing processing and stuff.
That's right, it'll probably all
like-
happen in the morning. Alright.
Yeah. Also, does anyone have any money with which to purchase a bottle of wine? Because I have nothing.
I have 79 gold.
I
Sick.
have a lot of money.
Sick. This doesn't need to be like top shelf, but like, you know, nice.
Just saying I can make wine, but I can't do it until tomorrow.
Okay.
I
I'm
don't
going-
know how much money I have, actually. I've written it down in a couple different places, but I didn't like mark which one is like the current right one.
I can cover the wine. Hello? I go up to the bar. Hello?
Oh, hey there. Do you enjoy your gravy?
I haven't drank it yet.
Oh, all right.
God, this poor man.
So hi. Do you have bottles of wine?
Yeah, we do.
What's your most expensive one?
Oh, we've got a well. Let's see. Most expensive, run in the range of probably a couple hundred gold pieces.
No, thank you. What about below that?
Well, are you looking for a specific fancy vintage, or you're just looking for a nice bottle of wine?
A nice bottle?
All right. Well, if you're just looking for a nice bottle of wine, that'll run you about 10 gold pieces.
Okay. Where is it coming from?
Well, it depends. You have to check and see what we got on stock.
What's it made with?
Grapes.
Oh.
Mm.
You said 10 gold?
Yeah.
Okay. And I hand over 10 gold.
All right. Let me go. Let me go see if I can find in the wine cellar. He heads off to go downstairs. And anybody doing anything else while Hannibal is purchasing your bottle of wine?
I'm just gonna go schmooze around the bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anybody else
I will
that's
accompany.
And just be like, oh, like, how's your night going? You look lovely. I love this color on you. Where'd you get that brooch? Stuff like that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. You hang out. Oh, you. While you're doing this, you run into another performer, who you recognize from a couple nights ago, that you spoke to
Yeah,
in
I
a group.
do.
And he just kind of like leans against the bar and slides over to you and just says, "So, just in case you wanted an update on that information you gave me."
I'm listening.
Well, I'll just say that since that rumor has gotten out, that information has gotten out. Let's just say that, well, the ambassador's had a hard time. You know, he's a rich guy, got a lot of money. You know, and you mentioned kind of a problem he had. You know, something that might need correcting. So let's just say he's had a lot of people come up to him and offer to help him with that problem in exchange for some money.
Oh, that is fantastic news. Because, we want the problem solved, of course.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He's having a he's a rich looking guy, ambassador and everything. So having a hard time going out anytime after dusk. Having a hard time going out without getting probably at least 2 propositions.
Amazing. Thank you so much for this update.
Yep. And just grabs the drink off the bar and then heads back out into the crowd.
Is there anybody
You're
else?
like- Sorry, I'm just gonna immediately rush into Sid's face and whisper excitedly about it, and be like, "Listen, this means there's a very, very good chance that at night, if fuckface needs anything, he's gonna send your boyfriend out to get it, and then boom, you can talk without him around. It's perfect.
That's actually pretty excellent.
Something to keep in mind."
Okay. All right. Duly noted.
Is there anybody else at the bar?
Oh yeah,
Like the
several
counter?
people.
Hello, I'm Hannibal.
Hello, very nice to meet you. You see a very reedy, thin man with a large nose and glasses that's sitting on the end of it with his hair pushed back.
I was told I'm supposed to be practicing my social skills because I'm not so great at them. So I just wanted to say you have a wondrous nose.
Well, thank you. That's kind of you to say. I like your hat.
Thank you. I made it myself.
Is that the one are you wearing the hat you made yourself, or are you wearing the
I'm wearing the
one you
bowler,
had
I'm wearing
made?
the bowler hat.
The bowler hat? Okay. Well, it suits you.
Thank you. If I took it off, you'd see big fins.
Well, isn't that something?
It is.
Literally just an oversharing 5-year-old.
What's your name?
My name?
Yes.
Well, I believe you ordered wine. Is that it coming? And you see Quinroar climbing back up the trapdoor, carrying a bottle of wine. When you look back, the guy is just disappearing in the crowd.
Thank you.
All right. Well, you asked about the vintage, so this comes from the northern coastal regions of Astorada.
Okay.
So, there you go.
Thank you. How are you?
Oh, can't complain. Busy night. Stay on my feet a lot. Tips are good.
I'm practicing my social skills.
Well, good for you. It's a good thing to work on.
Do you have any fun facts?
Any fun facts? Like what?
Information, rumors, facts.
Well, let me see here and think. Well, there's certainly the thing about the, attack down by the river, but given your friend's song up there, I'm pretty sure y'all know about that.
Yeah, I snapped the guy's neck down there.
Well, that's exciting.
It was.
Let me think. Other than that, well, there's one rumor going around, but I don't know if it's exactly polite company to repeat it.
I'm polite company.
Well, there's just this rumor going around that there's this ambassador just came into town that got beat up by a 7-year-old and is, never been intimate with another person.
I've never been intimate with another person. What's wrong with that?
Well, it's just, just a rumor going around. Nothing wrong with that.
How do people be intimate with each other?
There's another customer that I really should help over here, but you might want to ask your friends that question.
That's a good idea. I'm going to ask them that right now.
And he bustles off to go take drink orders.
And as I'm like walking to the table, I'll proclaim loudly, Sid, how do you be intimate with other people?
I'm gonna spray my pomegranate juice everywhere.
I also got the wine.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to sit down for a sec.
I'll sit down.
Okay, so first off, thank you for the wine.
It was
Secondly,
10 gold.
okay, cool, thank you. Secondly, what do you mean by intimate? Do you mean like?
Second of all, what?
Yeah, second of all.
I can't.
Are you talking about like?
Pulls and holes.
That is the worst way you could have said that. And like what do you mean like how? Because it's different depending on like who you are and who you're with.
Well, you see, what happens when you squirt out the baby? Like, how does the baby get made?
Well, sometimes when a mommy and a daddy love each other very much or have made a deal.
A deal? So you're saying I could go out on the street and pay someone?
Technically, yes.
And then
But
what?
I would not suggest it though.
And then what happens when they make this deal?
Then some stuff happens with their body parts.
Where do you put the body parts?
Depends on what you have.
Yeah, I mean, it's wherever you want to put these body parts. That's the.
So you could
That's
you could put it in an ear, a mouth.
Yes.
Ear, no. That would probably do some damage. Mouth, yes.
Where else can you put them?
I'm just gonna fade to black this conversation as y'all just sit
Thank
around
you.
a table and just
Thank you.
awkwardly explain to Hannibal the birds and the bees.
Have legitimate tears.
That doesn't sound so nice.
Well, I mean, it's not for everybody.
I have the wine though. Did I mention that?
Yeah, thank you.
And I have
Can we
gravy.
just go, please.
Why do you have gravy?
No reason. Vial and just pour some of the gravy in a vial. And then I drink the rest of it.
Okay.
All right, it's beef gravy. You know what gravy tastes like. It's actually just in case you don't. It's if you take that one food that Canadians love and subtract the fries and cheese curds. There you go. That's gravy.
What's that supposed to mean?
This does feel very pointed.
Yeah, I feel very attacked right
Don't
now.
talk shit about Putin.
I'm not. I'm just trying to explain gravy. Anywho,
What's the spice blend in the gravy, Sam?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
peppery is it?
you know, fairly. It's meant to be more of a neutral base, kind of gravy.
Is
You
it
know,
red
coming
eye
off of-
gravy?
Coming off of, just mostly just meat drippings and flour, and maybe some stock mixed in. You know,
Meat drippings.
basic gravy.
How thematic.
Why would you say that after the conversation we just had?
Stop!
Oh.
Oh.
So, anyways, our collective boyfriend Karis, how's he's doing?
Alright, let's go to the Golden Embassy and
All right.
see if we can bring the party to Karis.
So it's like, so you leave. It's definitely dark out, full on nighttime. As you leave the Onyx Cat and head over to the Embassy District, which you're all familiar with. Actually, no. Ilvim is the only one who's never been over here, I think.
It's true.
Oh,
Because-
Wow, this place
spicy
is...
Yeah. You
Why
get-
have
you-
I never been here before?
Yeah, you make your way to the
Because I
Foreign
try
District.
to avoid it.
Sid, yeah, you definitely know what embassy to avoid. Drusilla, you remember a certain other embassy full of trees.
spicy memories.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
So many good
like-
things have happened here.
Ilvim definitely spots some very familiar, very, very familiar blue banners on an embassy down the road, or down one street as you walk by. Just keep on going. Several streets down from that embassy is almost on the opposite. Actually, it's like you probably passed that one like on the end, like one end of the embassy side, like section, and it's like the other end of the embassy section is where you finally find the Golden Embassy.
That tracks.
These are kept very separate. Yeah, and you can see that it has the out in front. It's a pretty basic stone building, almost like a compound. It pretty much forms like blocky letter C, almost like the building does. And then there's gates blocking off like the inner courtyard on the inside. The outside is bedecked in green banners with that black tower insignia in the middle, and outside the gates are sitting. Actually, the gates are closed at this point, and you see two people standing there in just absolutely massive armor. Like, does not look like they should be able to walk in it sized armor on either side of the gates.
I will walk up to, holding the bottle of wine, I will walk up to one of the guards.
Mm-hmm. He just looks down at you. There's like a creak of all of the metal as he leans down. Do you have business here?
Not official business, but we were involved in the Colossus attack today, and we wanted to thank Karis Stormlord and Dahira for assisting us in the fight. If we can't see them personally, then we hoped to leave this with you. Lift up the bottle of wine. Just as a thank you.
Give me 1 second. He turns around and just knocks on the gate, and like half a minute goes by, and then a guy in a long black coat with like a black tricorn hat comes out, and then they whisper a bit. The guy in the hat nods and then goes back inside. A few more minutes pass, and then the guy in the hat comes back out. Just pretty much gets like halfway along the courtyard, catches the eye of the armored guard, and just nods, and then just like makes a come here gesture. And the guard says, "All right, you are welcomed inside."
Fantastic, thank you.
Thank
The
you
two
for
go-
your duty.
You're welcome. And then the two take the gate and swing it open with a loud,
Duty.
and then you are let inside the embassy.
Sick. We will follow. I assume we're following Tricorn Hat guy.
Yes. Yeah, he waits for you to get closer, and then turns around and starts leading you back up towards what looks to be the main doors of the embassy. He says, the Sir Stormlord and Lady Dahira will receive you in the entry hall.
Fantastic, thank you.
And he leads you up inside. open up the doors. You can come into a very large open like receiving hall with like a mosaic floor set down of just kind of like just a swirling pattern of colors, blues and greens in these like little tiny like broken pieces of tile on the floor that have got almost like a smooth clear lacquer over them that makes the floor like completely smooth despite its fractured appearance. uh, and standing on at the base of a staircase that comes down from the left, you can see Karis and Dahira. Karis is in like just fairly comfortable clothing, just like shirt and trousers. They still look very nice and like very well made and well tailored, but much more like dressed down than the armor he was wearing before. Dahira is still dressed in exactly the same thing, about her like guard armor and everything, with the sword still on her back. Like, you get the idea this woman does not relax.
Love it. Love that for her.
And Karis is like, "Hey, you all, how's it going?"
Hey.
Karis!
We know
What's
that
up?
you said you couldn't join us over at the Onyx Cat, so we decided to bring the party to you.
"Oh, cool. And Tahir's like, I wanted to, before anything starts, I need to explain that this is an embassy and everything here needs to be done with decorum. So any party you're going to have needs to be, just
I assure you.
Well, then can Karis just come out and play?
I assure you, our intentions were simply to thank you and leave the bottle of wine. We would never think to make a mockery of your embassy.
that is good. And but it's not entirely you that I was worried about." And she just like shoots a little quick glance down at him.
He's a troublemaker. I love him.
Gonna raise an eyebrow at him.
And Tahira says, did you also need me for any questions you had that we spoke about earlier, or were you just coming to see Karis?
I think that a lot has happened today, and if we have questions, perhaps it's a conversation we can have later. We just merely wanted to thank you again for your assistance in the fight.
Excellent, then I'll be back in my rooms. And she just turns around and heads back upstairs. And Karis is like,
Drew's gonna watch where she goes.
okay, well, so it's kind of like the staircase goes up and then like doubles back. There's like a landing and then it doubles back up into the second floor. So from where you are, like down here, you can't really see where she goes once she gets up to the second floor.
All right, knock on all the doors. Got it.
Every single door.
Karis is just like, so she's fun.
No, she's not.
Yeah, that was sarcasm.
Oh.
Okay, cool. You brought wine. Yeah, there's a sitting room this way.
Do you have a bathroom?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yes. Do you need like a bath, or do you need like, just a quick pit stop?
I need a pit stop.
All right. Yeah, that's right over that way. And he points over towards like, he's like, just down that hall on your left, right over there.
Thank you so much. And I will go to the bathroom in real life.
Okay. I love doing that. In D&D. Whenever I need to go to the bathroom, I just have my character go, because otherwise D&D characters never go to the bathroom.
Ilum goes to the bathroom all the time. They just have prestidigitation for a reason.
Okay, J.K. Rowling.
No.
Hey, Siri, how do you delete someone else's Zoom account?
Yeah.
Just one day as a DM, when a character is just like, yeah, I'm just gonna sit still for 8 hours on a stakeout. I'm just gonna be like, roll to see if you have to poop. Okay. Anyway. All right. So Karis leads you all over down another hallway, like opens up a set of sliding wood paneled double doors into a nice receiving room. There's like a bunch of bookshelves and chairs, and there's a fire already going in a fireplace. Just some nice, very plush armchairs, and he has a seat over in one, and he just points over. He's like, I think there's some glasses over there, and there's like a counter where you can see some glasses set up of varying types and sizes, a couple decanters of various colored liquids, mostly amber and clear. Seems like this is kind of like where they receive and visiting dignitaries, and it seems
Sick.
very official. There's like a desk in the back of the room.
I will go open the bottle of wine.
Okay, pop open the bottle of wine. It has some fruity hints of apricot, with some earthy undertones, and I don't know how to describe wine flavor, so I'm doing my best. I'm just repeating what I've heard in movies.
Okay, it's all grapes in the end.
Dude, honestly,
it's all grapes in the end.
Yeah, and you find several wine glasses around that you can pour into.
Sick. I will let it aerate for a minute, and then I will pour out some glasses of wine.
Okay. And Garrus just is sat down in a chair, and you come back over, just like, ooh, thank you. So, what brings you this way?
Nothing much. Just thought it was a little unfair that you couldn't join the party over the Onyx Cat, so we just wanted to come say thank you.
Also, as much as it pains me to admit it, we don't really have a lot of friends, so we're kind of really jumping on this opportunity.
I get that entirely. I travel a lot. But when I'm home, I do get to party quite a bit. So don't think I'm working right now. So, only going to have like one or two of these. But, I get to party. Don't worry about me. But I am happy for your company.
So what's it like being in the city of Pyre? How are you finding it?
Oh, it's pretty nice. I passed through here once. Actually, I grew up on this side of the ocean. So I passed through once or twice when I was a kid. Hasn't really changed that much. It's been, it's nice. I've been here. I was here a couple of years back, so I'm fairly familiar. This is a pretty frequent trip. So it's nice. I like it. I like the food.
Nice. Well, if you're as big of a partier as you say you are, then hopefully you get to check out the oh my god, what's the name of the district?
Bone Grinder.
Bone Grinder.
That is not an entire district.
But what if, and I'm just spitballing here, it was.
Just trying to brainstorm.
Yikes. So what's the name of the district?
Balacades.
Well, hopefully you get to check out the Balacades before you go.
I've passed through. I've been there once or twice. I'm a fan.
So what's it like living in Golden?
Well, a lot of woods, very green. I'll be honest, I don't live in a very cosmopolitan area. My sister mostly hangs out in a castle to the southeast. But it is full of rangers, so I can get out and, not worry about her while we're at home, which is nice. Occasionally I make it into the big city, but it's a bit of travel.
Any fun political drama recently?
Well, always, but I'm trying to think of I have this issue where I know a lot of political drama, but I don't know I'm supposed to tell people. I don't know which things are supposed to be public knowledge and which things I'm not, we don't want getting out, that kind of thing. But yeah. I know one. There's a count's daughter that has been has been spending a lot of his money on the count's money on aiding a revolution down south, so that's fun.
Down south. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you ever see Golden warships in the harbors of Kukui, that's probably her.
And is the rebellion or the prospect of rebellion a big issue or a big concern?
Kind of. I mean, it's actually, if I remember correctly, it's actually okay. So it's not really a rebellion, so to speak. It's more like pushing the current establishment in. It's weird. So Kukui is like kind of puppet governed by a bunch of Triton. Hannibal, this is probably when you come back from the bathroom.
Hello, I was in the bathroom.
Oh, hey. Yeah, so Kukui's kind of puppet governed by a bunch of Triton
Oh.
and this like rebellion type thing. Pretty much feels that the Triton are doing a better job running the place than their government is. So like they're already in power. They're just not like fully in power. So the rebellion is trying to just push them more in power to be like, please just take over our government. You've been doing a good job.
Where are these Triton? I'm so sorry.
Oh, Kukui. It's a nation like way, way, way down south on the coast.
I'd very much like to go meet them, everyone.
Well, we can certainly add that to our list of things that we want to do.
Hannibal would know he's a Triton, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You've heard that. You have heard that word thrown around before, yeah.
Because I'd like to meet my own kind for once.
Yeah, fair.
Well, we can definitely
I kn-
arrange that.
I never knew if I had parents or not, so...
Hey, Karis, do you want to play a game?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh.
So from where I come from, we play this game called the Game of Secrets. And I know you were just saying that you know like a lot of like fun political secrets or whatever that you're like not sure if you're allowed to say or not.
Yeah.
But with the way the game works is you're allowed to say any secret you want, even if it's one you're not supposed to say. So just keep that in mind.
I don't know if that's how that works, but all right.
Oh, it's how the game works. It's my game. Let me explain the rules.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So then you say a secret, and then I respond in kind with a secret. And it's a great way of exchanging information.
Okay. All right. You said it's a game from where you're from. Where are you from?
Oh, just here and there.
So it's a game from here and there. I've been to a lot of here and there, and I don't think I've ever heard of this game before.
It's see, I don't know if it actually has like a name. It's a mountain about like 2 days one of these directions. Sid? Do you know what direction we lived in?
Do I know what direction?
I mean, you're on the coast, so you're on the coast, and the coast is west, so it's probably not that way.
Like a mountain like 2 days northeastern.
It's
I
west.
think.
Okay. All right.
Or it might be southeastern. It could just be straight eastern. I don't know,
Okay.
but it's in that area.
All right. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. I thought I recognized a little bit of an accent, but I could be wrong.
I think you probably are.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sid's just relaxing back with his wine and watching this happen, having a grand old time.
Drinking gravy out of my vial.
Just like
gravy.
sipping it.
Cold
It's like a
congealed
really like
gravy.
obnoxious noise.
Yeah, he says, okay, yeah, I could be wrong. I just know, I have a little bit of an ear for accents. Like I said, I've been here and there, done a lot of traveling. I spent a pretty good amount of time all over the place on my side of the ocean, including, all sorts of human nations.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I've ever been across the ocean.
Oh, really?
Yep.
You said you don't know if you've ever been across the ocean?
That's exactly what I said, yeah.
It seems like the kind of thing you would, seems like the kind of thing would be hard to miss.
You would think, right?
You'd think so, yeah. It seems like there's almost a, story there behind how you could not know if you've ever been across an ocean or not.
And who knows, maybe you'll get that story via this Game of Secrets.
Oh, maybe.
They could have went under the ocean.
I suppose that's true.
Or around
that's
the ocean.
Around the ocean would be difficult. But under the ocean, I've never been under the ocean before. So
do
we
you
were
wanna
gonna play a game.
Yeah. Do you want to
All
try?
right. Yeah, sure. Why don't you just show me how it's done? So you go first.
See, that's very clever of you. However, the rules clearly state, as I said earlier, that you open with a secret and I respond in kind.
Oh, okay. Well, but who's the you in this situation? I mean, is it always not you?
Well, seeing as I'm the one who is saying you, it like the context is put into place that it is not me and it is in fact you, the
Oh, I
you I'm
see.
speaking to.
Okay. See, I'm so worried I'll mess it up that I was just wondering if you would be willing to, start things off for us, just so I can see how it's done.
All right, Sid, play the game of secrets with me. You start.
Okay. What kind of secret would you like?
You know I don't care what kind of secret it is. You just have to throw down a secret.
Okay. Hmm. So, my secret is at the uh, monastery of the astral self where I studied. There is a uh, kind of a not really a test, but kind of a test in order to rise ranks within the monastery. And as the astral self is all about balance, it involves one full day of fasting and meditation, and also a full day of getting absolutely off your ass wasted and partying like you're gonna die.
Cool.
I have a secret.
Okay, Hannibal, what's the secret?
Where me and Drusilla were from before we met you guys, I lured a beggar into the jungle. Or
Oh
were they a
god.
beggar? I think they might have been really poor. And then I knocked them unconscious and I cut off their earlobes.
Oh my god. Wow. I wish I hadn't asked what the secret was now. But thank you for sharing, Hannibal. Um so anyways, that's how the secret game works.
Hmm. Okay. All right. Um. Let me think. Okay, so I start off with a secret of my own.
Yes, any secrets you want to share. But it has
Okay.
to be a secret.
Okay. All right. Um how about well, this one's kind of a secret. I helped put the current king of Farathin on his throne.
Is he feeble? He couldn't do it himself?
As in help make him king, I mean.
Oh,
That sounds like an amazing story. I would love to hear it.
Oh, it does, yeah. But it's the game of secrets, not the game of stories.
A
Suppose that'd
good
be a different
point.
game.
A good point. All right, my rebuttal secret is this. And then I'm gonna like blush a little bit and be like, there's this like really handsome angel who's been like giving me powers.
Well, that's pretty cool.
It's so but he keeps like talking to me and I keep not knowing how to talk back because he's so handsome, it's like intimidating, you know?
Wait, are you talking about the one that was like in chains?
The very one, the very one. I've been
Mm.
seeing him every once in
Is,
a while.
is he like your guardian or like something else?
I don't know. He's just like, here's some magical powers. Um and I learned some new spells.
that's so awesome.
That's rad.
I learned new spells too.
Yeah, that's cool. So, like, you said he's an angel, right?
Yes.
And he's just like, does he like pop in and talk to you? Does he like show up or?
It happened as a dream the first time. And it just happened like again today. We were just like writing a song, and then next thing I know, I'm like in some dreamscape talking to Mr. Handsome.
Wait, it happened when we were hanging out?
Yeah.
And he didn't like show himself to me. I've seen him before. There's like that's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what his deal is.
I mean, sometimes we have secret friends.
Do you have an angel?
Oh no, my secret friend is a rival called Kohis.
Oh, so you're rivals, but you're secretly friends.
No,
Okay, it's just a rival.
They probably think I'm a good friend, but I hate them.
Ah,
And who are they? Where are they?
They're
We
another.
haven't met them, right?
No, they're another artificer. I like to destroy their workshop when I was back where.
All right.
I'd like cast my mage hand and knock over all their stuff when they were working.
Okay. I was just wondering about the angel thing. Like, can he just like hear you? Can he like see and hear you all the time? Does he like know when you're talking about him? Like,
come on, Garrus. It's the game of secrets, not the game of stories.
okay. I was just wondering for your sake if you're just like, I don't know if he knows you think he's super handsome.
Listen, I was like definitely trying to like hide it, but I don't think I did a good job. Like I think he knows.
Okay, all right.
Like there's only so much like stuttering and looking at the floor that you can explain away.
That is fair. Yeah. Yes.
Is it like just that you find him handsome, or like do you actually like want a relationship with him, or like what's the deal here?
I've met him literally twice, Sid. So like cool the jets on the relationship thing.
3 times. It's been 3 times.
3
It
times.
doesn't have to be a serious relationship.
I just think he's handsome.
Well, then what's the issue? Just talk to him.
It's hard because he's handsome.
Well, I mean,
And
3 doesn't seem that, of a rush, as the kids say. Spunk it and dunk it. Um,
Aren't the kids saying that?
I don't know what do people say.
not that.
Okay.
Please don't ever let those words leave your mouth again.
Okay.
My hands are a weapon. I will use them to end you.
I'd like to see you try. Arm wrestle?
Yes.
We need a table.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah. Real quick though, just one question. Where'd your short friend go?
Oh no.
What?
Wait, who?
You guys look around.
Drew?
Drusilla is not there. Anyway, Drusilla.
Oh no.
Drew!
Uh-oh.
No, God.
Oh no.
We shouldn't have left the leash at home.
Oh my god. Keep Drew on a child leash.
Yeah, one of those little backpacks.
I hate
Just saying.
it.
Just saying.
Um,
Fan
Sid's
art.
not the only one with arms that are weapons. Y'all gonna get your ass beat.
Just saying. Fan art of Drusilla with a child with like a backpack leash on. I would be so happy.
And
Anyway,
like a very exasperated Sid.
Oh wait, no, it's the guy from SpongeBob, and it's Hannibal, and he's super buff, and he turns around and
Drusilla on
It's
his
just
back.
on the backpack.
There we go. Just Hannibal, or just Hannibal with one of those baby carriers, but with Drusilla.
Heck
in
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Papoose?
So anywho,
Anyway, while we all compose ourselves, what is Drusilla getting up to?
Dunk it.
Priscilla is following where Tahira went and just trying to find her room.
Okay, all
Knocking
right.
on as many doors as possible.
Yeah, there are people.
Unless
there
there's
are,
like a specific like Tahira's room on the door,
no,
you know?
You start knocking on doors. Like there are other people. This is a full embassy.
Oh.
And you eventually Tricorn Hat Guy comes up behind you and is just like, can I help you?
I'm looking for Tahira, and she said their room was up here. So I don't know where she is. Do you know where she is?
Yeah, let me take you to her room so you don't wake anybody up. This way.
Okay, thank you.
Leads you down the hallway to to a door, just pretty nondescript door at the other end of the hall. You probably would have been knocking for a while before you found it, and then he knocks on the door and she says, "Yes, what is it?" And he says, "You have a visitor out here. One of the guests upstairs." She says, "All right, come on in." And he just gestures at the door.
Thank you. And she's gonna walk in.
Okay. You can see it's like a couple room suite, though pretty like bare and not very well decorated. There's not a lot in here. Just the room you come into is a pretty much like just a couple of chairs and a table. Looks like an area for eating. Very basic, plain furniture. And then you hear a voice from like a doorway to one side to say, "I'll be out in just a second. Have a seat, I guess."
Drew's just gonna sit on the floor where she's standing. Just okay.
And then Dahira comes out with just like having just pulled on just like one of those like kind of puffy white shirts, a Thackeray Binks shirt as we call them in my house.
Nice.
She comes out. She's minus her armor and great sword. She says, "Oh, it's you." She's just looking down at you on the floor, like does not look twice, like no registration that this is weird at all. Just, what's up? What do you want?
I had a question for you, but I don't know if you would know the answer. But like maybe you'd be the best person to know the answer to it.
Okay, shoot. What's up?
Okay, so a little while ago, I saw my mom. That doesn't really have anything to do with the story, but just background. And she had a knife that she said she got from the Gith because the Gith were the only ones that could get it for her. And I was wondering if you knew what the knife was. And it looks like an S. And she's gonna describe the knife to it.
Doesn't really ring any bells for me, unfortunately. No. If it's something that, if she said only that the Gith could get it, it's possible that it's not that it's possible that they had it necessarily, but they could get it. Have you seen or been on, or are you familiar with Gith raids? Yeah, so wherever it was, that's probably where she got it, is they took it.
That's disappointing. Anyways, good night. Thanks.
Is that your only?
Bye.
Okay, all right,
Just gonna walk out.
all right. Okay. Back downstairs, everyone has just realized that Drew is missing.
She'll be fine.
Oh god, she's not a people person.
She'll be fine. What's the worst that she's done?
I
I mean,
feel
she
like if
threatened to
she
kill an
went.
ambassador once.
Yeah, but there isn't anyone here who. It's a long story. I'll explain in a second. But there's nobody here who's really threatened us, as far as I know. Maybe she went to go talk to Dahira?
Maybe she went to go play pranks like me and Ilven did.
I feel I want to give Drew more credit than that.
I would not recommend pranks, but that's just me.
If she does anything stupid, we're not affiliated. But anyway.
Nope.
I've never met a Drusilla in my life.
Pusilla?
So, allow me to explain. That way you're not worried. The ambassador that I mentioned, or that Ilva mentioned, is from my homeland. Really horrible guy. Called my mom a whore. Almost killed me.
Whoa.
Just all around not a great guy. So Drew found out, went full protective sibling. We de-escalated the situation, but yeah, Drew's feral. Just as an aside.
Okay, all right, yeah. I mean, I get that. You know, people trying to kill you and saying stuff about your mom. I can sympathize. Yeah. So that sucks.
Yeah, it's all right. We're dealing with it.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Wait, you're an important ambassador person. So, in my education, there was never any laxative detecting spells. Does the embassy of do y'all know of any laxative detecting spells that could be placed to detect a laxative in a bottle of nice wine, perhaps?
I don't know about any laxatives. I just know that usually, even after testing for poison, gifts and stuff usually go through go through a taster.
I feel like he doesn't have one though. Oh, you know what? No, he does. Your boyfriend. Never mind.
You know, he's not my boyfriend.
You know, we could say the taster. Nope.
It's whatever. We can figure out the plan later. So, Karis, do you have any magic tricks you can do, or is it just your sister who has the storm stuff?
Nope, just my sister, and then my dad. I was technically supposed to inherit it from him, but there was some stuff with that. We kind of pulled a switcheroo to throw off a conspiracy that was trying to wipe out my family. It was a whole thing. There was a genie involved. It's all good now though.
Now that sounds like an exciting tale.
Kind of, yeah.
Like, actually, physically, wipe out your family, or, politically wipe out your family?
No, they wanted to kill my family. They killed my mom,
Dang.
yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
It was a long time ago, and I was kind of too young to remember, so it's kind of one of those things that it's always been like the people who tell me about it are more sad than I am, which is
Hmm.
awkward and weird. I kind of feel bad about it, but what are you gonna do?
I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what got my dad to up and pick me up and move us across the ocean over to this side of the world for my childhood.
Hmm. Is the issue largely resolved? Are people still after you?
Oh no, we figured it out. We went. That's when I went home, and there was my sister. My sister and I went home. It was after my dad died. He just got old, and my sister inherited the power from him. And there was a war going on, and not there was a different war. It was a smaller war, from people down south of us. It was a whole big thing. But yeah, eventually I killed the lady in charge of the conspiracy against my family.
How'd you do it?
I had the genie that my dad had found toss around to some sharp rocks.
What was her name?
That's pretty cool.
Jasmine Red something. It was
Ja-
she was a countess in Golden.
Red something.
Yeah. I forget the second half of her name. My sister probably remembers better than I do, which is not great. But she's the one with the fancy position, so she can remember everyone's names.
Is your sister older or younger than you?
We're about the same age. We don't actually know exactly when she was born. She was an orphan when my dad adopted her. It was kind of one of those things where she'd been living on her own for a long enough time that she didn't exactly remember when she was born. So we're about the same age. We pretty much just say we're the same age.
Hmm.
How old are you?
Me?
Yeah.
38.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
almost the same age. I'm 39.
Oh, you don't look a day over 30.
Thank
You're
you.
39?
Yes. Why, how old are you?
I mean, I'm not gonna drink my wine.
Kara snaps his fingers. Jasmine Redfort. That was it. Redfort.
Redford.
Redfort.
Redfort.
Yeah.
Huh.
Is that familiar to me at all?
Same.
Ilvem, roll a history check.
Oh, I'm so good at those.
You got this, natural 20. Natural 20.
I love being smart.
Me too.
It's only a 6.
Does not sound familiar now.
Okay.
And say that's just like too far away for in like a small enough name that there's very very unlikely that you would have heard it.
Yeah. If it was part of my like education, it was like a very brief mention.
Yeah. He says, but yeah, you know, the genie thing was when we came back, we pretended that I had inherited from my dad, and we used the genie so I could do Stormy stuff to really sell that point. So I was a decoy for my sister who actually had the stuff. Because what no one knew, actually, including my family, until my sister, is that the inheritance of my dad's power isn't by blood. Apparently adopted kids can inherit too.
Interesting. Maybe
So
that.
is
Oh.
so is it like a ritual, or is it just a thing that happens?
It's kind of just like a thing that happens. It's like a mantle passed down when the previous one dies.
The genie is a patron.
What happens if like they die without having an heir?
Don't know. That's kind of what the whole conspiracy in my childhood was trying to find out. Their hope was that we would just they would go away.
That's such a messed up way to like test out a theory.
Well, it wasn't to test out a theory. They didn't like how much political sway we had, so
Okay.
they were just kind of hoping that would be the case. They were trying to get rid of it. Drusilla, you probably come back at some point here if you're heading back to the room.
That's gross. I hate politics.
Yeah, same.
I think they're kind of
Yeah,
fun.
same.
Hi, Drew.
Bye.
Everything all right?
Yeah, just stepped outside for a minute. Get some
Okay.
fresh air.
So Hannibal, we were gonna arm wrestle.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, hey, let's use this desk over here. He like points at a small table, and then it's like desk.
Sick.
Like clears some stuff off of it and stands aside, fills his glass of wine a little bit more, and is like, "All right, let's do it."
Roll up the sleeve, showing off my my elbow fins. All right.
Gonna crack my knuckles. Okay. What are
3,
we-
2, 1, go. All right, opposed athletics checks.
Man, I can't wait. This is gonna be so good.
17.
11.
Okay, so you start at the middle, and it's not all the way down, but it's like pretty much at a 45-degree angle almost immediately. And Sid, you're like straining. You've got like 3 inches between your back of your hand and the desk, and you're just like pushing. Let me get another roll.
Ooh, shit. 5.
It's
You're-
a 3, baby.
All right, yeah, it's Hannibal. You're like, oh, I'm struggling. This is a weird angle. I don't know if I can be able to do it. And Sid is just like, nope, and then just hand onto the table. Hannibal wins. That took
I would like
10
to
seconds.
point past Hannibal's head and say, "Look, what's that?" And then I would like to use my 3 attacks to just slap, slap, slap.
All right, roll a deception check to see if you can successfully distract Hannibal. Hannibal, roll insight.
Yeah.
That's slightly better.
10 minus 1. 9.
9.
14.
Okay, Hannibal.
What?
You're like, huh?
Hannibal's not wise.
Yep. All right, roll your attack rolls.
Sick. Oh, none of these are good. Hold on.
They'll probably hit.
Oh my god. That is 15 for the first one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll attacks first. 17
Oh, yeah.
and an unnatural 20.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not really going for damage. I'm just going for like
Just a playful smack. So yeah,
bat,
handle, you turn around and just bat bat bat.
Just knuckles to the back of the head.
I turn back around. Okay, I see what you're doing.
What? Nothing happened.
I take out a stick of butter.
Oh
No.
no.
No, Hannibal.
No.
Hey, okay, let's
we are
do,
not
let's,
making
all
a
right.
mess.
Friendly arm wrestling aside, let's whatever sibling rivalry you got going on here.
It's
there's
just a
only
stick
enough room
of
for-
butter.
There's only enough room for one sibling rivalry in this
I
house.
was only gonna
so-
cast a grease spell.
Yeah, I don't want
No,
to deal with
we're
cleaning
not-
that up.
No mess. No
Remember
mess.
the last time you cast grease inside?
That was because I was trying a different component to do it.
I'll let you get me back, but no mess. We
All
do
I-
not ruin anything around us.
Yeah, I don't wanna piss off the guy that runs this embassy, so and keeps it all nice and running. So
I'm gonna put my hands under the table,
okay,
and I'm gonna conjure Mage Hand under the table, hopefully so no one notices.
okay.
And I'm gonna have it like drift behind Sid and flick Sid on the back of the head.
Sleight of hand check.
Oh, great.
Sid, perception.
3.
Lol. That's an 11.
Yeah, you are immediately noticing what Hannibal is doing under the table, and you can see the slight glow of magic, and then can spot like in a like a glass cabinet. You can see the reflection of his mage hand moving towards you under the table.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to spend 2 key and summon my arms.
Okay.
And I would like to dodge out of the way and just do another little bap bap on each of his cheeks.
All right, roll the 2 attacks.
21
Yep.
and 13.
Oh yeah. Hits 2.
Just a little.
Bap, bap. Feels
I'm gonna-
weird, like warm sunlight, tingly sunlight on your cheeks.
I love how you were worried about Drew getting into trouble.
Yeah,
here, and you guys
I'm
are
gonna-
doing this.
We're not getting into
Resisting
trouble.
urge to cast Gust of Wind.
I'm gonna put my hand on Hannibal's shoulder and like leave it there.
I cast Disguise Self. And just look like Sid.
You've never looked more handsome.
So this was a lot of fun, but maybe we've reached the end of this one. This hangout. set.
yeah.
I end Disguise Self because I was gonna do a prank and now I don't want to.
I will drop my arms. And I will hold out my hand to shake for Hannibal. You won fair and square. You are the strongest.
I go to shake, but I squeeze real tight.
Ah. Why?
I don't know. You slapped me.
Like 5 times.
But I didn't like hurt you.
Are you sure?
Did I?
I think he's bleeding right there.
Oh! Oh!
You are not. You're faking.
He's definitely bleeding. I can see it with my own 2 eyes, Sid.
If I die in
Is
my
he
sleep
bleeding?
tonight, it was Sid's fault.
Okay. Well, good seeing all of you.
Oh, before we go, Karis, I would love to hear about that, the seeding of the king story sometime, you know, if you'd ever be willing to, like, grab a tea or coffee or something and chat.
Sure. A little bit of a long story.
I have nothing but time.
Okay. All right.
Okay, it was great meeting you. I'm gonna, like, shoulder punch him gently.
Yeah, you too.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me walk you out.
Yes, let's go outside.
Oh, God.
And as he's leading you out, you just hear a voice from like down the hallway, kind of like an older man voice, just call out, just, "Is everything going all right down there, Karis?" And then he just leans, you can see him like jump a little bit at the voice. He's like, yes, sir, Ambassador Toby, sir. It is a-okay. Just escorting some guests out.
Toby.
Also, as we're like walking out, I'm gonna put my hand back on Hannibal's shoulder.
Thank you, Ilvem. I'm gonna whisper. I'm gonna lean back and whisper to Ilvem. Ilvem, do you want to do another prank when we get outside?
Like yes, but not until we're off of the ambassadors, like the embassy land.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
So,
Karis, it was lovely talking with you. Hopefully, we get to do this again sometime.
yeah. Just keep the sibling punchies out of my embassy.
I wasn't punching
I
him.
don't want to get in trouble.
I think my
You
nose
were-
is broken.
It was a definite assault.
Okay, fine. Next time I won't give you a little bap. You are not bleeding. You are fine.
I'm bleeding on the inside.
That's where the blood is, so that's fine.
Yeah,
You're
that's where
good.
it's supposed to be.
You're good.
Well, good night, Karis. Enjoy
Good.
the rest of the wine.
Yeah. Good night. Good night. Hope you have a good night.
And then remember, just call on me whenever you wanna
Mhm.
talk about all that stuff.
Will do.
Great.
Hi.
Actually, yeah. As you're all going to leave, Karis calls out to you. Ilvem, do you know any good tea spots? Like as you're kind of distracted and focused away, roll me a perception check really quick.
Oh, you fuckhead. Oh, okay. Perception, I'm vaguely okay at that. It is a 19 plus 3.
Okay, you definitely catch.
Spicy.
Like you hear the question, and you're like about to respond, but you catch well in advance that Karis was speaking in Ferith when he asked the question, and you almost didn't even register that was the what the question was being asked in, and almost just responded, but you
That
catch
was
it.
So anxiety inducing. I'm gonna pretend like I'm gonna be like, sorry, what was that?
Oh, it's just a farewell from a different country.
Okay.
Just a good night.
Good night.
Okay. And he turned around and goes back inside.
And I just like whisper into my breath like that bastard.
Okay.
All right.
You're all out
So
in
what's
the
our plan off of Embassy Land? What are we doing, Hannibal? What's the prank?
Just wait.
The
Okay.
minute
Follow my
that,
lead.
the minute that we step outside the gates, Sid is running.
As soon as she starts
Is
running,
that-
then I take out the stick of butter and I cast grease centered on Sid.
Okay. Let me get an initiative roll from the two of you.
Damn it.
Just starts booking it.
Oh no.
Yikes.
13.
Oh my god. That is better than my 10, baby.
Okay. So Sid, you two like get out the gates, both look at each other. Sid like goes to start to bolt, but Hannibal, you managed to get your spell components off first, and you managed to cast grease.
Centered on Sid. Just
All right. So just big old just glop of just splash of grease.
10-foot radius.
10-foot radius around Sid. So, Sid needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Da-da-da-da.
My DC sucks, so.
That would be a 15.
Oh yeah, that succeeds.
Okay, so Sid, you go to start running. Grease appears underneath you. Your feet, like Scooby-Doo style, like slip out from underneath you a few times. But you manage to like almost fall forward, catch yourself in your hands, but you manage to like slide out of the radius of the grease.
You fool. You've only made me faster.
okay?
Yeah, but your looks kind of funny though.
Yeah, I know. I deserve that.
All right, it is full on just the middle of the night at this point.
Oh, hey, did you guys? Well, no, you didn't know. I haven't told you yet. I'm telling you right now. I can now see 120 feet ahead of us.
Oh,
Just amazing.
That is pretty rad.
Not able
I
to
took-
before.
No, I only had 60-foot dark vision. Now I have 120-foot dark vision because I took double sight as an invocation.
Your words mean nothing to me.
Yes, I don't know what that means.
Essentially, the angel just gave me cool powers.
Do you know what we should do tonight?
Hmm?
I think we should split up in groups of 2 to kind of get to know the other half of the group better. Like me and Drusilla, we're really well acquainted, but I'd like to spend some alone time with Ilvem.
Okay. That could be fun.
Ilvum, are you okay with this?
I am great with it.
Can I get a promise that you won't burn anything down or severely damage our reputation in any way?
I can definitely promise that our reputation will not be damaged
Yes.
in the slightest.
I can promise that Ilvem and I will not damage our reputation in the slightest.
Well, I can't stop you even if I wanted to.
It's true, I could probably beat you up.
No, I don't think you could. I would probably body you before you tried.
You know, one of these days we're really gonna have to spar and see who's gonna win.
Just
We
have
can
a,
spar right now. If
just
you
have an
want
arm wrestle later.
I do want to spar right now.
to. Yeah?
Like
Let's-
a little bit.
Let's go find a place that isn't in the middle of the street.
In the embassy district, a good idea. Yes.
Let's go find like a park or something.
Okay.
We'll go find a park with which to spar.
All right, you search around for a bit. You eventually find an open park.
Okay. Cool. Drew, Hannibal, can you like sit down and like watch us so it doesn't just look like we're fighting?
Yeah, give me a second. Let me give a pep talk to Ilvem here.
Okay.
Okay, thanks for cheating.
I'm not cheating. I'm gonna hold
You're
on.
cheating.
No. Ilvem,
What?
are you wearing are you wearing armor?
Yes, I always wear armor.
Okay, never mind. I was gonna cast mage armor on you. And I go sit down.
Okay.
No cheating. But also,
Good.
let me just check something really quickly. I just have so many different abilities that I'm deciding how like ham I want to go on. You know?
Eldritch Blast, Armor of Agathis.
We're not going to
Dang.
hurt.
11 viewers.
Okay, I'm
so
good.
what are we going to? Are we going to like is this like first blood? Are we drawing blood? Is this just like
Knockout.
what's the deal here? Knockout?
Yeah,
You wanna go to knockout?
Dang.
first one to go unconscious,
My money's on Ilvem.
as it should be.
20
Okay,
gold.
but-
20 gold on Ilvem.
Okay, but
20 gold on Sid.
Done.
thank you, Drew. Thank you. Okay, but so rules and Sid's gonna kind of like make a square. This is the space. If you leave the space, you are disqualified. We're going to first knockout or until you give, until you surrender.
Sounds good.
All right. Any other rules?
How big is the square?
I don't really know sizes. What's like a typical like sparring like ring?
400 feet.
You had
10
had
feet
very
by 10 feet.
in the Astral Self Monastery. You probably didn't have like necessarily specific. It wasn't like a standardized like sparring area, so it was probably you probably actually sparred a lot more like, outside in more natural environments
Mm-hmm.
than like on math, unless you were like much younger, like in first learning the basics. But
Mm-hmm.
even then, it was pretty much like in whatever space was available to you.
Mm-hmm.
So you could go like 30 feet on a side, all the way up to like 100 feet on a side, but that'd be a bit much.
Okay.
Okay, I'm
Do
ready.
we want to do boundary or do we just want to go?
I don't want to do boundary personally.
You don't
but
wanna
if
do
you
boundary?
want it, if you want to do boundary, we can do boundary.
Nah, if you don't want to do boundary, we don't have to.
Okay.
Besides, it's hard. I don't have anything to like mark it.
Drusilla, do you want a snack to eat
So
while we watch this?
So first person to fall or first person to surrender?
Sounds good.
All
don't
right,
know, do I want a
and I
snack?
will reach out my hand to shake.
I will shake the hand.
Okay. And then I will put about like 10, 15 feet between us.
Okay.
Okay, we need someone to call go.
I will. I cast Mage Hand.
Mhm.
When the Mage Hand is counting down from 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go!
Roll initiative. What?
Oh
Roll
my
again.
god.
Roll again.
No, I got a 15.
Oh,
only
there's a
got one
15.
higher
I
than
thought you
me.
said
Yeah.
16.
I thought it was
Okay.
No.
16 too.
I thought you
I
both
got
said 16.
16.
That's
Yeah.
impressive.
All right,
That's
Ilvim's
rad.
first. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna bonus action cast Hex on Sid,
Okay.
giving disadvantage to Dex checks,
Okay.
You spicy boy.
and then I'm gonna use my action to unleash my wings and go Radiant Soul,
Heck
and
yeah.
then use full movement to go up 30 feet.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Up into the air.
I turn
Yeah.
to Drew. I'm getting 20 gold from you.
All right, that'll make it Sid's turn.
Fantastic. So Ilvum is 30 feet in the air,
Yep.
and I would like to start. I would just like to take out some darts and just start throwing them.
Okay. Start rolling attacks.
Okay, that's 17 plus 6.
That'll hit.
That is 17 for the second.
But I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Because the attacks are Dex based, are these Dex checks and therefore at disadvantage?
Hex does not affect attack rolls.
Okay.
It's only checks, so it's also not
Yeah.
saving throws, but basically any skill checks, skill or tool checks. So like they affect perception checks, they affect grapples, things like that.
Okay.
So if you're ever facing something that grapples a lot, it'd be really Hex against like strength is really useful there.
Or a dragon if it's looking for you.
That too, yes. Using Hex on perception for dragons that are searching for you is very useful. All right, how much damage?
Well, hold on, I got another one.
Okay.
Because I have my bonus, but that's unarmed, but I have a crossbow, which we decided was... I have a crossbow bolt, which we decided was unarmed. So can I throw it?
I don't think you can throw. No, your bonus action has to be your actual like punches and kicks and stuff.
Okay.
I think the crossbow bolt is like if you could throw it like a dart and do your unarmed damage because of your because it counted as a monk weapon.
Okay, sorry, wait, say that again?
So any monk, what it was is we counted the crossbow bolt as a dart, which is a monk weapon, so you can use your monk weapon damage die for it. Same with
Got it.
darts.
So I can't do my bonus because out of range. Cause
Yes.
Unarmed. Okay, so it's just the two. 6, 7, 8, 9 for the first.
Ooh, nice.
4, 5, 6, 7 for the second.
Okay, let me get out my calculator here.
16 damage total. As Sid just chucks 2 darts up.
Okay.
And then I would like to spend a key and do patient defense.
Okay, so Sid tosses up 2 darts and then takes a defensive posture.
Okay, great. I am going to cast Eldritch Blast,
Okay.
which is now 2 beams because I'm level 5.
Right. So 2
Uh,
attacks.
And those are at
Disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Yep.
Yep.
Because it took the dodge action.
Oh, you're so lucky. It's a natural 20.
Mm.
But is now in fact not gonna hit. And then the second one is also not gonna hit. With a what's my thing? Attack. It's only a 10.
So that one's going straight for Sid's like face, and then Sid just like moves like water, just dodges around it.
Yes. And then with my bonus action,
Was that both? Was that both Eldritch Blasts?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the first one was like a 6.
Oh, okay. So just pew, pew.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to heal myself via my warlock capabilities for 11 health back.
Okay.
Excellent.
So Ilvem's halo shines very brightly, like illuminating the section of the park, and you can see their wounds close up.
Okay, rad.
Bring it back to Sid.
Cool. I will once again do the darty doos.
Oh wait, I'd also like to go 30 more feet up.
Okay.
Check my range on darts. So that is your 60 feet up.
Yes.
So does that mean I have disadvantage on because it's 20-60 for darts?
Yes. Yeah, you would.
Oh.
Oh, wait, actually, 60 feet up. Yeah. You'd have to be basically directly below Ilvem, and you can just barely even target Ilvem with the darts then. Any higher, and you're outside the range at all.
Okay, so it's disadvantage.
Correct.
Okay. Nice. First one misses.
No, I want the spar.
14 for the second.
Misses.
Misses.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
I have an AC of 16.
Fantastic. Are there any trees nearby?
It's a park, so there's some a little bit away. Yeah.
Oh man. I will I will spend another key and do patient defense again.
All right, staying put.
Mhm.
Okay.
Or well, I would like to move directly underneath.
That's where you had to be in order to
yes,
throw the darts
correct.
up. Yeah.
Okay, yes, I'm staying directly underneath, taking patient defense.
Okay, so Ilvem, 2 darts come up. Ilvem can pretty much easily just bat them away, just like one flap of the wings, and both darts just get scattered off in different directions.
All right, I'm gonna move another 30 feet up and throw down 2 more Eldritch Blasts.
Okay, disadvantage because of patient defense, but
man.
Ilvem is on 90 feet up in the air.
Okay, so that's a natural 2. Definitely not gonna hit. But the second one is also it's a natural 1 and a natural 2, so that one's also not gonna hit.
So it's just dodging back and forth as you're blasting down into the grass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Am I allowed to inspire myself?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Wait, are you? No, wait.
I don't know.
I think that might be a special thing that. Yeah, no, that's a special thing that you get as a. The other kind, Lore Bard.
The Lore Bard. Oh.
Yeah, Lore Bards that get the ability to inspire themselves on skill checks. But I will double check really quick just to make sure, because you might be able to. Yeah, other than yourself. Yes, you cannot inspire yourself.
Okay.
Okay. Well, also, now that you're 90 feet up in the air, make me a quick perception check.
Happily. Oop.
Ruh-roh.
13.
Okay. Yeah, you get up here and you like blast down. You go like flap and like maintain your altitude, and you kind of like glance over in one direction, and you can see a fairly considerable amount of smoke rising up on the distance in the direction of the barricades.
Is my turn ended?
Yeah, that's the end of your turn.
Okay.
It's pretty much like as you get up to 90 feet, having just blasted down. And that'll bring us to Sid.
I'm just gonna take the dodge action,
Okay.
sticking where I am, just moving around, just being all dodgy. You know, usually the entire point of sparring is to trade blows. Like, I appreciate that you're doing this, and like, I'm wondering why you don't do this more often in actual fights.
I always
like-
forget about this ability.
But like, this isn't exactly sparring.
Boo.
This fight sucks.
I want my money back.
Don't worry, we can take our bets back, Drew.
Okay.
You didn't give us any money, either of us. This is just between you.
So then I will move back down 30 feet and cast Sacred Flame, which is
Okay.
a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
And do I get, it's a disadvantage?
Uh,
Or is that just checks because it's a saving throw?
So actually, I think you have advantage because the dodge action, I think, gives advantage on dex saves. Is that right?
I thought it did.
I'm pretty sure it does.
Let me double check that real quick. Yeah, you make dexterity saving throws with advantage. Yes.
Sick. Okay.
Double ones.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. What's my save? That is 17.
Oh, super saves.
Bright light comes down and singes some of the grass near you, but you're out of the way. You're dodging it. You're good. As Ilvum is like dive bombing you from above. All right, and that'll bring it back to anything else on Ilvum's turn.
No.
Okay, that'll bring us back to Sid.
Okay, so still at disadvantage for darts. I will try. Yeah, I'll try 2 more.
Okay, just out of curiosity, how many darts does Sid have?
10. I'm counting down. I have 6 left.
Okay, good to know.
Okay, that is 16 for the first.
That'll hit.
Yay. 9 for the second, so that won't hit. So 5 damage.
Okay.
Down to 4, and I will spend another key for patient defense.
Okay.
Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Okay. 17.
17 will hit.
Yes.
Boo.
And then just an 11.
That will not hit.
Okay. Plus a d6. 14 points of force damage, or no, sorry. 10 points of force damage, 4 points of radiant damage, 1 point of necrotic damage.
So 15 total.
Wait, no, that's incorrect. We're level 5 now. It's 5 points of radiant damage. 16 total.
16 total. Okay.
Yes.
As this blast of energy comes straight down, you can see it's like glowing with the same bright opalescent light as Ilvum's halo, but like just run through with just like the streaks of crackling black necrotic energy as it comes down and hits Sid. And then, is anything else for Ilvum's turn?
No.
All right, Sid.
Okay. I will once again take the dodge action.
Okay. Dodge. Back to Ilvum.
Also, I've been making concentration checks for Hex. I forgot to like say that I have been though,
Okay.
but I've been making them.
Okay.
Eldritch Blast again. 16.
That'll hit.
Yes.
I'm gonna get 20 gold.
Okay, this one won't hit, I don't think.
I thought you said you were taking our bets back.
No.
7 plus 6. Yeah, 7 plus 6 doesn't hit, right? That's like 13.
Yeah, that doesn't hit.
Okay, great.
Real quick, Kirkland, how long do the wings last for?
A minute.
Okay, you are halfway through your wings.
Yeah.
I'll catch you.
All right, back to Sid.
Oh,
Alright, hold on, damage.
I hit. One of those hit.
Oh, I thought you rolled for damage already.
Okay. 3 necrotic, 5 radiant, 12 force.
Oof.
Add that up.
12 plus 5 is 17, plus 3 is 20.
20.
Okay.
Ooh.
Bam.
And then I'll move within 60 feet of Sid so that he can try to hit me.
Okay. Bring it to Sid.
Okay, cool. I will use my spear to
Ooh.
make 2 attacks.
Wait.
Hmm?
They're within 60 feet of you. They're
Yeah.
not within melee.
But you already moved within 60 feet of me.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
yeah,
then
you
I-
were there already. See?
Okay, sorry, I thought I was farther away. Never mind.
Okay, so you're staying where you are?
Yes.
Okay, 1
20 gold.
sec.
20 gold. 20 gold.
I'm giving you.
Hear me
20.
out. Can I can I use one of my attacks to tie my rope to my spear?
Okay, yeah.
And the second attack to huck it at Ilvum?
I'll say yeah.
Sick. Unnatural 20.
I
wait.
say natural, unnatural.
Hold on. Unnatural, but I forgot to roll with disadvantage because it's 60 feet.
Oh wait, well wait, what's the range on a spear though?
60 feet.
Is it 60? Wait.
It's 20-60.
Oh, the spear is the same as the darts.
Yes.
Oh, okay, then yeah, it's disadvantage.
It's still an unnatural 20.
Okay, that's a hit.
Okay, and that is 10 damage.
Okay.
Okay, so you get hit with a spear that has a rope through it, or rope attached to it. Trying to figure out how this should work.
I just want to try to get Ilvum down to my level.
Okay, I will say.
I have my bonus action, that is all.
Right. I will say, since it has the rope attached and everything, let's get opposed athlete. Let's basically get a grapple check to see
Okay.
if this successfully like grabs on to Ilva.
So athletics. So their athletics versus my either acrobatics or athletics.
Correct.
Okay. 13.
I rolled a 10.
Okay, so it spear stabs into Ilvem, and then Sid like grabs the rope and goes to pull, but Ilvem basically manages to just yank the spear out in time, and then it just comes falling back
I thought
down.
this would be a fist fight.
Same.
That's what sparring is.
Ilvem's like, nah, I don't play fair.
All that matters is winning, bitch.
Mhm.
All right, back to Ilvem.
Bonus action, healing word at 2nd level.
Okay.
Man. I want to spar now.
Boy.
Okay. 10 health back.
Man.
And then Eldritch Blast,
Okay.
which is not a disadvantage because I didn't hear a patient defense.
No.
Correct.
The first one's a natural 19, and the second one's a
Cool.
natural 2, so the second one's not gonna hit.
All right.
You don't have to roll damage. I have 4 hit points.
Okay. Bam! And then Sid goes down.
Drusilla, I'll take the
Um,
20 gold now.
And then I'm gonna just like fly all the way down and be like, so the barricades are on fire.
What?
What?
The barricades are on fire.
I cast Healing Word on Sid.
Wait, roll the help.
Dice. Prepare your dice. 6 hit points.
All right, Sid, you wake back up with 6 hit points.
Yay. I did not hear that the barricades were on fire, so
Yeah,
I
everyone
get
looks-
up and I grab my
ev-
darts and my spear.
Everyone looks suddenly alarmed as you wake up, though.
What's
I
up?
also pumped 12 hit points into you.
The barricades are on fire, and I don't have any. I have like 1 first level spell slot left.
I'm sorry, the what are on fire?
Barricades.
The barricades.
And how fucking long have you known this?
I just saw the fire.
What do you mean you just saw the fire?
Like seconds ago, I saw some smoke. I hit you with an Eldritch Blast. I came down, and now I'm ready.
You didn't think maybe we should stop sparring so that we
Well-
can go see why it's on fire?
I
Which,
was
by
about-
the way, that wasn't sparring. Like, congratulations, you're good in a fight. We've always known this. Okay, but that wasn't sparring. Just in case you were wondering. You saw the barricades were on fire and you did not think that maybe we should stop and go see what that's about, that maybe that's more important?
I mean, I was about to win.
Yeah, okay. Congratulations, you win. I hope you're proud of yourself. I hope you feel really, really good about yourself. I'm gonna get my shit and I'm leaving.
Okay.
Drusilla, where's my gold?
Hold on to that. Choose following Sid.
Okay.
But I won gold.
All right. What are Ilvim and Ilvim and Hannibal doing?
I guess
Oh,
following.
Ilvum's heading towards the barricades, yeah.
Okay. So Drusilla is hurrying after Sid, and Ilvim and Hannibal are shortly behind.
I'll snap Abacus onto my shoulders,
Okay.
just in case when we get close enough, I can have him scout out and see what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, you can as you get into the district and start getting closer to it, you can start to spot the trail of smoke up ahead. It's not huge, but there's definitely a recognizable trail of smoke. Ilvim had to be very high up to spot it from where you all were.
I am rushing, like I am running.
You do eventually get close enough that you can send Abacus.
Yep.
However, all of you start to get a bit of a feeling of dread as you you realize that you are very familiar with the path you are taking to get towards the fire.
I am running as fast as possible.
Do
Did
you
we
know-
leave a candle burning in our room?
It's a really oh, this is gonna. You know what's gonna suck? If it's mind flares. Just saying.
Yeah,
All right.
well, second it's fires.
Hannibal, do you send?
Yeah.
Okay, so you send Abacus
Yeah.
up.
I put my hand on
Alright.
Ilvem. Ilvem, can you just steer me for a second? I'm looking through Abacus.
Yeah.
And then I
Okay.
look through Abacus.
Abacus flies up. You just see the rushing windows and buildings of the street you're in as Abacus ascends up over them and flies up over several streets. And you get over, and you can see, that the smoke does appear to be coming from the Onyx Cat.
I relay that instantly. Smoke's coming from the Onyx Cat.
Smoke's coming from the Onyx Cat.
Okay, I'm still running.
And
Okay.
then I'll bamf Abacus away.
Okay. All right. Sid is running. Has monk speed, so Sid is going to arrive first.
Yeah.
All right. You arrive. As you arrive, you get out into the Onyx Cat. Kind of has like the main entrance is kind of like a corner, kind of like a corner at a crossroads. It's pretty open.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see out in the street, you can see several people just like laying either unconscious or dead on the ground, and you can see Khazardan and the other two cousins further down the street fighting with their weapons in like basically their pajamas. And it looks like you can see several like windows are broken and the doors are sitting open.
Okay, I'm running towards the twins, the Khazardan and whoever.
Khazardan and
Or
the cousins? Okay.
The cousins.
All right. Okay, you run over and yeah, you can see them. You can see them. They're fighting. It looks like you're coming in on the tail end of this. This like appears to have been going on for a bit of time. Yeah, you see Khazardan, Faith, and Katya, who are all fighting. You see Khazardan has just a giant club that he's just like smacks into the side of someone's head. Faith is just like got a dagger in each hand and is like cutting up some people, and Katya is just like just blasting back firebolts from behind the two of them. And you can see primarily humans laying around. And why don't you go ahead and give me a perception check as you're running past all the faces?
I just realized I left Moloch in my bedroom.
You said perception check?
Yeah.
14.
Okay. As you're running past these, and it's a bit of a stressful moment, but you just barely catch one of the ones like laying on his back on the ground. You recognize that you spent a considerable amount of time looking at that face, and that on the ground is the jailer from when you were captured by the chimeras.
I'm gonna shout back at the team. It's the fucking chimeras. And I'm gonna attack whoever the fuck.
It pretty much looks like there's just the one that Katya, Faith, and Khazardan are fighting at this point, who looks fairly injured. None of them are in uniform, however.
As Hannibal's running, because he knows he left Moloch in his bedroom, he's downing his flight potion that he made on the long rest.
Okay.
And when he gets close enough, he's going to try to like fly up to the window of his bedroom and see if he can get Moloch out.
Okay. Yeah, you can. So you go up. You basically just leap up and fly over Sid and the cousins, and go down that street towards your rooms on like the back end of the building.
Yeah.
Once you get to this end, it seems like this side of the building seems relatively quiet and dark. Seems like all of the action, everything was up towards the performance hall side of things.
Okay.
But you can get up to your window and pull it open. You can get inside. You can hear arf, 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 arf on the inside.
Yeah, I grab Moloch and scoop him up and put him in my coat and then back out the window.
Okay, so it's going to take you some time to like get over there, and get Moloch and everything. So that's what you're doing. Ilvum and Drew, you coming up as Sid is making his first attack against this person.
Oh my god. That is 9 for the first.
Does not hit.
24 for the second.
Oh yeah.
And unnatural 20 for the third.
Yes.
Okay. So first one, spear, that is 9 damage.
Okay.
And then unarmed is 6.
Oh, you said 9 and 6?
9 and 6. So I'm gonna
Okay,
spear, bop, bop, and then headbutt.
It's the headbutt that does it. You spear and then you just come and crack back on the back of this guy's head, and then just like you can just blood just wells up from under his hair as he just goes tumbling forward.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to the cousins. Is there anyone still inside?
Kazran says, yeah, I think Mirth was still in there last we checked.
Okay, I'm booking it back inside. I'm taking the scarf that I have like around my neck and I'm putting it over my nose.
Okay.
To sort of block out the smoke. And I'm gonna try to keep low as I go through and see what's what.
Okay. As you come inside, it seems like it's not like the room is in a full blaze. It seems like there's just a couple of things up and around small fires that have small things that have caught fire around, and you can see like shattered bottles, probably improvised attempts to light the place up. Several of them have been put out though, and as you come running in the room, you see you would recognize, now that you're in this frame of mind and like thinking about this, you recognize the base commander, the captain from the base, the one that was like in charge, looking really, really ragged and breathing hard. She's got her blades in her hands, but she's like limping back, and you can see she's bleeding profusely. And standing in the middle of the room, you can see the wizard from the Colossus attack is standing in the middle of the room. The very, very large, like 6'5" guy, still in his robes. He's got that big belly, but his eyes are like glowing yellow, and he's just hovering off the ground with just wind whipping around him. And just pretty much as you come in, ends the fight just by setting loose like 8 magic missiles that all just go flying out in like arcs, like in every different direction. You can see she like tries to track them, but then they just come and just boom, 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 boom. And then she just goes down. And then you can see there's like people, like several of the chimeras start running off to the side, and he just lets loose a chain lightning spell that just hits one and then just arcs through the entire crowd, and like only the ones at the edges manage to like run and get out. And you can see Mirth standing like back by the stage.
Okay.
But it looks like things more or less have ended.
Alright, cool.
And then Hannibal, this is about when you get into your room and grab Moloch and get everything.
Okay.
And Drew and Ilvum, you catch up.
I would be outside, just pumping all of like the rest of my magic into healing anybody who's not actually dead, but who's just like injured outside.
Okay. Yeah, you could probably find a few, and you managed to heal them back. Well, the ones pretty much actually as you're looking around, you recognize that pretty much all the dead out here are chimeras. There don't appear to be any like friendlies.
Well, then never mind. I will save my magic for not them.
Okay. Yeah, you can see Kazradan, Katya, and Faith start coming around from the other side of the building, looking tired and a little bloody.
I'll heal them.
Okay. Yeah,
They'll
you're probably
each
outside.
Get a cure wounds.
All right, you're probably outside as like a crowd of like 10 chimeras comes running out the other door, and you just see like forks of lightning shoot between them and turn like 8 to ash, and then only 2 of them manage to get away.
Damn.
All right. So that Drew and Ilvum, that's what you're all seeing. Seems like you've come in for the tail end of this action.
I'm just running up to Mirth, like, what happened? What do you need?
As you start running towards Mirth, you see the one in the middle of the guy in the middle of the room just sees movement towards Mirth, and if you would like to, a grapple check is made against you.
Okay.
So.
Can I contest that with
Yes, you can.
acrobatics? That'd be an 18.
Okay, so a giant shimmering purple hand, bigger than you are, just appears in front of you and just grabs onto you. And the guy in the middle of the room like looks over at you. You can see the wind around him dies down as he casts this spell. And he lands back on his feet, and he just you can see he just looks pissed as he looks over at you and just says, "Stay away from my husband."
Our gay dad!
Our gay dad! Oh yeah!
And Mirth comes running up over. Mirth comes running up over to up to him. It's like, it's okay. This one's a friend.
I'm a friendly.
Just scowls a little bit, and then just like you can see he like his hand is clenched out, and he like releases his fingers, and the hand around you just like mirrors his hand movements, and starts floating there behind him. And he's just like, okay. Are there any more outside?
There was one that I saw. He's dead. As far as I know, there's no more.
Okay. All right. You can see he like relaxes a bit, and like his posture goes from being very like upright and like rigid and just kind of slumps forward some into more of like what a natural looking hunch.
Mhm.
And he looks up at all the flames in the room and he just starts like slowly like reaching up his hand towards the sections of flame, just closing it, and then the fire just starts dying down and snuffing out in small sections.
I'm gonna look at Mirth. 1, didn't know you're married. That's rad. Good for you.
Thank
2, what?
Well, we were closing up shop for the night, but some of these ruffians insisted on coming in. They'd been the late night crowd for a few nights, but they had, there was more of them this time, and they started asking about, you, something about ruining their work and taking their headquarters from them and losing them their jobs. And when you didn't come back, it seemed like they were waiting for you, but when you didn't come back and it seemed like you were going to be gone, they got restless and we asked them to leave, and well, things escalated.
Fuck. Yeah. I recognized one of the guys, and she was the captain. They were a mercenary group called the Chimeras. We took them down with the help of the Temple of the Silver Flame, and I can't even begin to tell you how sorry I am that this came back to hurt you.
Well, just remember who gave you that job.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right. It's all right. It's why. And this is why. Actually, he's like, well, and this is why. And then the wizard, as he's snuffing out flames, like just reaches an big arm out around Mirth and just pulls him in closer and says, "This is why you have a rune of calling installed in your office." Yes, it is. And then he says, "And this is why I was right, and it was a good thing to install in your office, right?" Mirth looks up and she says, yes, it was. As he's just snuffing out sections of fire one at a time.
I love them.
Outside,
I love our gay dads.
Outside, Drew and Ilvim, Hannibal comes flying back over, holding Moloch like down the side street, and you can see like the fire inside starts slowly dying down.
Should we head in?
Yeah.
No,
We head in.
you guys can head in.
Okay, gone. She's in.
Okay. Yeah, you head inside and you can see Sid is in there talking with the large wizard from earlier who has a protective arm around Mirth as he's reaching up and just magically snuffing out flames inside.
Yay.
Yes, actually. She's gonna approach Sid. Just be like, "You okay? Everyone okay?"
I'm fine. It was the Chimeras. Apparently, they've been a part of the late night crowd for a while, and they were waiting for us to come back. And when we didn't, they decided to try and set fire to the Onyx Cat.
So this was our fault.
Well, now don't go that far. I wouldn't say it was your fault. Remember, Kazradan and I gave you the job anyway. You were helping us. You're the ones that they recognized.
I'm like wondering. I don't even know. I don't even know. Should we leave? Is it dangerous for you guys if we stay here, or what?
The wizard says, "Well, there was an awful lot of them that I killed, so there's probably not very many left. There's probably not very many left." He's absent-mindedly just keeps. He's pretty much like finishing up. Like there's like little sections now that he's just like putting out, looking around for bits of smoke.
I'm gonna point towards the captain. Well, I know for a fact that she was their leader.
And Myrrh says they were very likely just frustrated and angry at, well, being beaten and wanted to retaliate, and you were the ones that they recognized. So,
Um, Hannibal's still outside, so he's like looking at all the bodies of the dead.
mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't know they're chimeras, I don't think yet. But like,
You could roll me an intelligence saving throw to see if you can like as you're looking at all these to see if you remember faces.
intelligence saving throw,
Yeah.
24.
Oh yeah. You're looking around. You recognize every single one of these people as people you spotted in that base.
Are any of them like still breathing, barely maybe?
Let's see. Yeah, you can find like one who's barely still
Excellent.
breathing.
Foot on the throat.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
His eyes like flutter open. You can see he's like covered in soot and charred. Looks like not from a fire. You can see just like a giant, like cracked burn wound in his side.
Why did you do this?
You. We were coming for you. You weren't here.
Who sent you?
No one sent us. We were all leaving town. We thought we'd get even before we left.
Are there any of you left?
He you can see him it seems like it hurts to turn his head as he like looks around, and
I
you
don't
can
care.
just see, yeah, you see he's like straining to look back and forth around, and you just sees like all of the dead bodies around, and he's just like, I don't know.
You almost killed my dog.
I didn't see any dog. What are you talking about?
I'm just gonna. No, it's okay. It's okay. And also standing on his neck, I'm gonna put my hand on his head and kind of like look like I'm gonna ease the pain.
Mm-hmm.
And I cast Firebolt on his face. Just.
And then you move your hand back, and there's just a blackened skull
And I
where his face used to be.
take my foot off and walk inside.
Okay. All right, you come in just as the last of the fires are being doused. The wizard said, Mirth says, I don't want any of you kids thinking this was your fault or anything, or you're to blame. I house the cousins here myself, and you know this. I accept the danger that comes with them. You're just the faces that happen to be associated. This was cousin business. It wasn't your fault.
I don't think they'll be coming back. I interrogated one outside and they said they're leaving town.
Mirth says, yes, most likely. That's how the chimeras do it when any of them get caught doing something illegal. They just take the ones that are, take the ones involved and just cart them off to some other base, some other place of operation where they're not wanted, and start all over.
Should we go after them and root them out completely?
Unfortunately, they're a legitimate business in the city, and that makes it difficult. The organization itself is still in good standing. They just they condemn the ones that committed the crime, claim that doesn't reflect on the organization as a whole, and they banish them from the city. But everyone knows that they don't really banish them. They just send them off to another post somewhere else. But that's hard to prove.
I don't care. I want to pull them out root and stem.
I'd be careful going after them more.
The last thing we need is to bring another fight back here.
They almost killed my dog.
And the wizard says, They almost hurt my husband. I'd prefer you didn't bring another fight back here.
We won't, I can assure you, or at least we'll try our best.
And he's taking out a leather-bound spell book now and is just like flipping through the pages looking for a spell.
Well, what do we do now?
Yeah, are the floorboards sturdy enough for us to head to our rooms?
Yes. It should be. I don't think anything got past the performance room, and the rooms and everything should be perfectly safe and sound.
Is there anything I can do to help you right now? I'm not really a handyman, but I mean, I can move things around, I can just be an extra set of hands.
The wizard says, "Thank you, but I think I've got all the hands I need." He finds a page. He recites an incantation and makes a hand motion, and there's just like a slight stirring in the air all around you. And Hannibal, you would recognize a very similar sensation to Master Varro's unseen servant that he has, like
Cool.
that he uses, like, carry things around.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like all around you, and then like they get to work, and basically what must be dozens of unseen servants just starts cleaning things up and righting chairs, picking stuff up, grabbing stuff, sweeping things up, cleaning, and just putting everything back where it belongs.
Cool.
And then Mirth just kind of like leans back, like into the wizard's shoulder, and says, "That's okay. He's handy enough for everybody." You see, like, he's just like looking up at him, smiling. He's looking at him, smiling. The wizard just like looks down at him, like does a double take, almost like, really, right now?
Yes.
I love them.
As the wizard just keeps standing there with his book open, just directing around the room as everything starts getting set up. And then he says, "You all were at the river earlier today, weren't you?"
Yeah, we were.
Sorry, we both had such a busy day.
It's all right. I guess it comes with the job.
Yeah, it does.
This is our job?
It might as well be now.
I don't know.
Who's our employer?
Ourselves?
Damn. We can't afford to give ourselves benefits.
Drusilla still
sign
owes,
up for this.
yeah, and Drusilla still owes me 20 gold.
God, I hope you forgot about that.
Well, then the wizard says, "Well, if you, I suppose if you want to help, we can find something. But I think I've got this. I'm sorry. My name is Felder Rost."
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Sid, Sartorial Wayfarer, House Wayfarer, Ormar.
Nice to meet you.
I think I'm gonna go outside and check on the cousins.
All right. Oh yes. Hopefully they're all right. I saw them run outside, but I haven't seen them.
How's Quinroar?
He got a few bumps on the head, but he'll be all right. I sent everyone in the back, but we'll be getting everyone up to the temple for some healing.
Cool.
Okay.
I can heal if they don't want to go to the temple.
Well, thank you. Everyone's backstage. All the waiters are backstage. If you would like to help.
I'll go with Drew because I have 2 more things of healing left.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go too. I have my 2nd level healing word.
Okay.
I got all my spell slots, so.
All right. You all head backstage. As you go, Sid, you're still out there, and you hear Felder just quietly say to Mirth, "They said they didn't know you were married. Have you been keeping your ring off at work again?" It's like, "I've told you before, it's good for business. It doesn't mean anything. It helped. People are willing to tip more if we'll talk about it later."
Mirth brings up a good point, though. It
Yeah.
is good for business.
All right, you all 3 go into the backstage area where you can see Quinroar and the rest of the wait staff are waiting. It looks like they got involved in the tussle a little bit, and they were like doing their best, but you can see some bumps and bruises and cuts, and a couple of them have a little bit of deeper wounds that look like they need more immediate attention. They've got some bandages on, but for the most part, not too badly hurt. And you can all go back and spread out your healing magics.
Yeah.
And Quinroar says, "Oh, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Wasn't looking forward to the walk all the way up to the temple, though. I think boss's man could can get us there a little quicker, but this is some good service.
We do our best, you know, work with what you're given and all that.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. And he keeps rubbing his side where you healed up a little bit of a cut. Looks like you like landed on a glass bottle. So as you heal it, like a couple broken pieces of glass come out of the wound.
Ugh.
Oh God.
Ew.
Oh, yep, that's not pleasant. Felt worse than it looked too. So thanks for that. That was not fun.
I personally am completely tapped out now and
Yep.
think I need to go to bed.
Ilvendru, before you go to bed, I think tomorrow morning, first thing we should do is just leave the city.
Yeah. Me too.
Okay, I am being outvoted, so I will go with the flow for sure. I guess.
She's just healing
Okay.
as many people as she can.
I'm making sure Moloch's okay. I'm just like scritching him.
I'm gonna head up to the rooms.
Okay. Get up to the room. Sid, you're out in front still.
Mm-hmm.
And Murph says, I think we've got it all handled from here. Felder will make, if any of them come back, I don't think they're going to find much luck. Felder will make sure they are dealt with quickly, so don't you worry about a thing.
Okay. If you need anything, you let me know, okay?
Of course, I will.
Alright. I'm gonna go for a walk.
Okay. All right. So Drew and Hannibal, you finish up healing. Sid goes for a walk, and Ilvum is back up in the room, which looks untouched and absolutely fine.
Wait.
All right. So, just because we're coming in close on our time limit for Mother's Day activities, I think that's where we're going to end it for the week.
Awesome, possum.
So, thank you for joining us tonight, everybody. Or today, everybody. I'm looking at the window. It is daylight. It's nighttime in game. That's why. Thank you for joining us this morning, everybody.
Thank you, Chad.
Thank you, Chad. Always lovely when you participate and talk. It makes us feel so nice and heard and appreciated. So thank you for being there. We appreciate it. And we will see you again next week for the continuation.
Yeah. And if you want to see more good times, stop by tonight at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time for more Descent into Avernus. So, good night, or good night. God dang, I did it too.
Haha.
Bye, everyone.